control my drip. Southside long, who gon' clean this shit? Southside long, ice on my neck, ice on my bitch. Southside long.
Okay, so as you can see, I already did the cornrows, just going back. And I tucked in the bottom, the back of the braids underneath, so I can sew around that. And then we're gonna go ahead and use the Got2Be glue and spray along all right here, and then cut off the excess cap. And yeah, so let's do the ones from the hair store. I just went to Walgreens or CVS and found these, which is where I get the cap from, and they actually have it in your actual colors, so it does look like a ball cap by the time you do the Got2Be glued and get the glue on. It looks like a ball cap. And I learned this from Ivy, that's my favorite YouTuber. So I learned this method from Ivy. She said she went to Walgreens or CVS and got them, and then I did the same thing. They're like 3 of these for $2. So I bought a total of 6, and they come with 2 in them. So that's what's in my head right now, and they work amazing. I was trying it right above where our hairline is, and then I'm gonna rub it in with our fingers, go behind the ear. Go ahead and rub it in with your fingers so you know exactly where you're gonna stop at to cut it, and then add the glue. Can let it air dry, or you can also blow dry it to make the process a little bit faster. But I'm gonna go ahead and air dry it. So because I'm not gonna use the blow dry until I do the gluing, because the gluing is the part that I really would need to blow dry. But as far as this part, I just air dry it. I'll make sure I evenly distribute it around the perimeter of the braids. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and start cutting the cap. I'll get as close as we possibly can to where we want the wig to lay. This is what I'm gonna do until I get it to the desired. Like all these flyaway part of the cap, you're gonna cut those off. That's the excess part of the cap. Only the part that lays down is the part we need. That's all we're gonna do around the perimeter of the front of the hair. And then we can start to lay down the wig. This is what it looks like after it's done. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Ghost Bond glue. Basically put it right in front of the wig cap. So we can go ahead and start letting it dry. And then I'm gonna do at least maybe 2 coats of that. And then I'm gonna also use the B&B. And I'm gonna use 1 coat of that. And then go ahead and start laying down the wig. And you'll see the result. I'm gonna go ahead and just, that's where it's gonna basically be at. Right here to the end of right about there for the 5x5. As you can see, so the ending is that. So right about there. So now we're just gonna go ahead and just take our finger and smooth it out so it can dry faster. And we'll try to get the hair from sticking to the glue. And it looks completely like a boss scalp. That's why I like that Ivy from YouTube came up with this method to get the caps from Walgreens or CVS. Because you apply it very thin, you're going to see that it's going to start to dry clear because it was white before. And so you can start to see it's only that part that's still white, and a little bit right here Just gonna continue to let it air dry, and then we'll go ahead and cut the excess lace. I did cut some of it already, not all the way to where I want it yet. I just cut it half of it, and I left that mark there just so I know exactly where I want it to start. Go ahead and add the second layer, starting from this end. Okay, I'm gonna do dots all the way to that end. All right, finger again, spread it. Really nice and thin. Get an even coated layer, and it can stay on really nice and flat. Normally I would wait till it dries before I add the B&B, but I'm gonna kind of let it dry just a little bit, and then I'll add the B&B, and then we can start going ahead and laying it down. What it looked like before, it was all white. Now it's already about maybe 50 to 40% dry, so I'll go ahead and add the B&B. And the B&B goes on the clear. I'm just gonna add that just to the front. We don't want to add it on our actual hairline just because this glue will take your edges. So we're just gonna add it just like that. And I'm not gonna use my fingers to spread this because it's very sticky. So I'm gonna use something else to see how sticky it is. You're just gonna do that so you can get rid of the excess glue right there. And just pull it. And you see how some got stuck in there. I'm just gonna pull it. Okay. Now we're gonna take the end of the wig brush and just spread it. And wait for it. Spread it with the wig brush and wait for it to air dry. We'll go in and use the blow dryer to melt the lace to this glue. And make sure no hair's in there. Alrighty. Just now sit and wait for it to dry. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and put it down in sections. So I'm gonna start with the middle first, as close as I can get it over the cap. So I'm gonna start where the hairline is, so right about here. I'll go that down. Just gonna go same thing. Other side. I'll glue it down to the hairline part. Okay. And then I'm gonna go in and basically take. So now we're gonna take the rat tail and make sure everything is glued down good. Since it's not all the way glued down yet, we can go ahead and move it up a little bit more so we can get the excess part cut. Because we're cutting right along that hole that I made there. So I'm trying to push the hair back so I know it's right where I want it. Okay. And then we're gonna go in and put some some foundation, and it will be alrighty. Now time to cut the excess lace off from that hole that we made. So we're gonna go ahead and melt the lace down. So this is basically the closure. I don't do baby hairs because I typically let whatever hair gets stuck in the glue kind of make its own baby hair, and then I go back in and clean it up. Now the white residue you see on the front, we're gonna go ahead and clean that up. And we're gonna just take some foundation and add to the closure and the parting, just so that when we part it, you'll see it really nice. I don't have to tweeze it just because it already came pre-plucked, so I'm good on that. All I have to do is just sew down the elastic band from each side all the way to the back and add the foundation, and this wig is over. Going through and making sure it's tacked down. The closure's tacked down on both sides really well with the glue, and it's melted. So I'll keep doing that. And it is done. So now we're just gonna clean up all this part right here. And then add some foundation to the parting, and the wig will be done. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and add some cold water into the bottle. And then we're gonna go ahead and add the Tresemmé conditioner into it as well. Spray a few pumps of those in there. And then we'll close it and shake it all together, and that will be basically what I'm gonna use to basically get my hair to all be flattened, because right now it's puffed up, so I want the water look. I want the wet water look, so that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. I'm just gonna put enough in there until I feel like it's good enough, and then go ahead and start shaking it. And that's what we got playing right there. Alright, that's all good. Go ahead and shake it up. And it looks like, once you get a good amount in there, that's how much I like to do it. Go ahead and shake it up. And then if it's still not to the consistency you want it, you can go ahead and add more conditioner. Because I did put a lot of water in here. I put more water than it was to the conditioner. So that's perfectly fine for me. So that's how I'm going to go ahead and clean up the white residue that's on the front with the alcohol. This is 50%. I normally use 90, but since I didn't have any, this is all I had at the house. I'm going to go ahead and use it. And I didn't have no cotton balls, so I'm going to use the cotton swabs, which is better because you get closer to where you need the residue to come off at, instead of having to tamper with the lace. You're going to tamper with it. Normally you're supposed to use lace glue in order to get off the glue, but since this is what I had, I'm just going to make it easier. I'm just going to drip some of that alcohol inside the dye bowl, and then we're going to take the cotton swab and we're going to go ahead and dip it, and then we'll just start putting it close to where the white residue is. Just like so. And you can pick up the white residue, and it's also going to pick up the excess wig cap that I had put under here, because I put it above mine a little bit further on my forehead, just so I can clean up whatever excess I put on there. So I'm just going to go ahead and just do that. See how it's lifting it? So that way it'll be easier for me to just cut it, and I'm not getting it on the lace at all. I'm just going to continue to do that. split underneath to match my skin tone. So we're just gonna go ahead and cut it off. We're just gonna go around the whole head, just cutting off the excess part.
So y'all, she dropped a tap before me. So you already know that's not a club tap. So baby,
she chicken. I went to go get my tap.
next month is my birthday. I'm trying to make sure I drop this tap before that.
Held her accountable for it because she be lying.
Because
She be capping.
I gotta drop this tap. Like, that's crazy. My baby sister got, well, she's not my baby sister. Got a tap before me.
And it ain't hurt either. Y'all like,
Baby, this is not birthday ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get them long ass bundles. But you already know what time it is. Finna act a fool.
period.
Say she like me cause the truth. I thought we were destined, and now you my best friend. Girl, I just love how you nigga get it. All these little hold on me shit, they some lesson. But girl, you a blessing. Bet they just want the designer we dressed in. They hate how we flex. I'm in a drip like that. I'm too rich like that. Get a bitch just like that.